Hi Gemini, welcome to your week ahead reading. This is the week commencing the 17th of March. We're going to start your reading with two cards from, this is the Psychic Tarot for the Heart, but I kind of feel they're more energy cards than tarot cards. So let's just have two cards, please, and thank you for Gemini to start the reading. There's one. That's interesting. Taurus just got that. Daydreams and Decisions. And one more, thank you. And we have Helpless and Hopeless. So daydreams and decisions, it's about choices that perhaps you've got open to you. Maybe that's something that you've dreamt about, some sort of rose-tinted glasses coming off maybe next week, giving you more choice, or seeing the truth of the matter. And then you have helpless and hopeless. Now that's very Eight of Swords energy. That's very thinking, a bit of self-sabotaging going on. Maybe somebody's going to, I don't know, that's a feeling of entrapment too. Let's see what the tarot has to say here for you, Gemini. So we're using the Radiant Rider Waite deck here. Beautiful deck. Haven't used it for a long time. Dear Spirit Guides and Angels, please join me in this reading for Gemini and make it helpful, hopeful and healing. Thank you. So your focus for next week is to be positive. Look at that. The Sun card. This is the biggest yes in the deck. Is there some sort of decision that you're thinking that you maybe have thought in the past, oh, I can't do it because of that, I can't do it because of that? Something open to you that you've put the barrier up, maybe yourself. And the Sun is here to say, think more positively. It's a very, you know, it's the happiest card in the deck. Your opportunity, oh my gosh, is the Three of Cups. Your challenge is the Seven of Wands. The King of Swords is coming in, and the Six of Pentacles is your advice and outcome. So the Sun card attributed to Leo, just as I say, biggest yes card in the deck, very positive, very, there's a lot of growth here. It just puts a lovely positive spin on everything. Maybe that's what you need, because that helpless and hopeless feeling is very self-sabotaging. And often it's not the reality of the situation, it's often how you are perceiving something. The Three of Cups is your opportunity. This is being together with friends that support and love you. This is networking, getting out a bit more. Have you been a bit of a hermit lately? You're enjoying your own company? I know I do. And I have to force myself out. And that, you know, that also gives that, just makes you feel more positive, doesn't it? Just a few hours with some friends, just, you know, especially if you're feeling also with a lunar eclipse, the emotions will be all over the place for some of you. Next week, it's like there's an opportunity to get out, celebrate, and be with those that are on the same page as you too. There's no conflict. Seven of Wands is your challenge. Now, the Seven of Wands is about standing your ground. It's about sticking to your guns. I see that. I don't know. I'm going to clarify first before I say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Do you get the feeling this is just you again? Feeling like you've got to be quite defensive about something. However, with the Sun card coming in, it's like, no, perhaps you don't after all. It's just how you're perceiving it. especially if you're putting hurdles and thinking, but you know, it's like, I'll give an example, probably a terrible one. If you see a situation coming and you think, well, I'm not going to do that because he's only going to say that, and then they're going to say that, and then that's going to happen, and none of it's happened at all. It's just in your head. You're making up these scenarios, and if you don't mind me saying, Gemini, I think that's what that challenge is there. Now, the King of Swords is coming in to put matters absolutely pinpoint to you. This King of Swords would tell you to look at the truth of the matter, look at the facts on paper. Don't bring your heart into it. He's very analytical, the King of Swords, and he's very fair in decision making. And then you have the Six of Pentacles as your advice and outcome. This is the card of giving and receiving. It's a card of charity. Now, it can be the financial side of this. It can be that you're getting some sort of financial reward. Whatever it could be, you know, if you have a blockage about accepting a new job, for instance, this could be that, well, it's going to bring more money in. But it can also be about you, the need for balance for something for you too. And to see that what goes around comes around energy, that what you put in is what you get out. Wow, that's already quite deep. So the Sun, why are you here? Please and thank you for Gemini. We are clarifying with the unfolding path here, which I call my daddy deck. My daddy deck. The Sun, why are you here? Thank you for Gemini. Four of Wands. It says something to do with the home life, something to do with moving, a decision that you are feeling helpless and hopeless about, and thinking, oh no, they're not going to like that. But the Four of Wands is about stability and people celebrating in the home. I feel like you're taking on people's worries about something to do with the stability of a situation. But there's really nothing to worry about because the Sun is there, and it's like, no, this is all good. Good going to come of this. Let's do one more on that Four of Wands. Nope, that one. 10 of Wands. Now you can see that's a struggle there for her to get those wands up there. But this is the end of burdensome times. She's reached her goal. She's got to the 10. And then the Sun's coming out. And the doors are open at the back there. That Four of Wands, I just get the impression that there's people within your home life or connected, something to do with where you're living, who you're living with, who are on board with it all, but you just see it as hard work. But that's coming to an end because you've got the Three of Cups here as an opportunity. Can you believe that? Two completely different decks is clarified by the Three of Cups. When we get the doubles like this, it's the universe saying we mean what we say. Get out there, be with friends, network a bit more. There's such a celebratory energy about this, but I feel like you're the only person that's not feeling in that mood. But there is an opportunity for you to do it. Maybe you're going to have to push yourself a little bit, especially if you've, I know what it's like, you know, maybe you've had so many offers of people saying, fancy coming out tonight, Gemini, and you're like, no thanks, no thanks. And then they give up. But there's an opportunity for you to maybe be that person, to have that lovely cup energy, which is love, friendship, support. The Seven of Wands is your challenge. There's something you're feeling quite defensive over. But why? And what? Be careful of the lunar eclipse with you. I do feel like this is leaving you in a little bit up and down. And it's like people on the outside can see nothing but great about you, but you're not for some reason. Crikey. You've got the Eight of Swords, which is helpless and hopeless. It's the Eight of Swords. There's something you feel like you are trapped about, that you can't move forward about, but this, again, you are the swords element, the sword suit in the tarot. It's as an air sign, along with Aquarius and Libra. Is there another air sign making you feel like you are having to really defend yourself, really stand your ground, put up barriers even? Because that Eight of Swords, she is literally behind those swords too, and it's keeping her from progressing. Now the King of Swords is coming in. It's like, no, we're not having any of this. Let's look at this logically and make the, let's have a chat about this. Also an air sign. So it could be a fellow air sign coming in, or you just for some reason, maybe the Three of Cups people just softening you and making you realize something that gets you into that energy of, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Because you've got the Three of Wands. This is expansion. This is being able to move on. She's captaining her own ship there. Wands are our creativity, can be jobs too. Something opening up for you to see a bigger picture. And that King of Swords, by being factual about something, truthful, maybe with yourself, maybe with others, but fair, gives you this whole different picture. The Six of Pentacles. Pentacles are our finances. This is the card of charity. This is the card of giving and receiving back, but because you've given in the first place. It can also be about money coming back to you. So it could be that you've got a mortgage offer. If there is a moving to do with, maybe you are going to get that mortgage offer that you need, or the finances coming back to you that you need. Whatever it is, it's to balance, because you've got the scales there. Now, there's only two cards in the deck that have the scales, and that's Justice and the Six of Pentacles. So I feel that there's a need for balance here. You've got the Seven of Cups, which is daydreams and decisions, which is what came out also. So far, you've just doubled up on everything that's just been come out in the beginning here. Now, the Seven of Cups as advice tells me like the rose-tinted glasses are coming off. You're looking at things that perhaps there is another option, and you're not just in your mind thinking, I can only do that and I can't do that because of that. This balance is, if you like, is just opening up more variety for you. And then you've got the Empress. Now, she gives birth to new ideas. She sees abundance. That's my dog touching. Oh, little Tinker. It's like whatever goes around comes around. What the hard work you're putting in, it's almost like a feeling of, when you just don't overthink something. She doesn't think at all, the Empress. She doesn't need to. She just sits back and is in line with the universe, and things just come to her. It's like something's coming into alignment for you next week. So let's have a look. Because of this lunar eclipse, let's see what manifestation cards come out for you. Please and thank you for Gemini. I only want one though, please. My dog, when she doesn't get attention, she sits by the tripod there and she just touches the stand, and then it wobbles. She knows. Oh, right. Let's start this again. What else do we need to focus on for Gemini? Please and thank you. Oh my gosh. Gemini. What you resist persists. Now with two lots of 8 of Swords here, it says this means whatever you passionately don't want, you are inviting to you. Put the power of your passionate emotions into what you do want and bring those things to you. Now, I know I say it probably most weeks, but you know what really, really helps to get out of this 8 of Swords energy, this overthinking energy, this hurdle? For me, I go for a walk with my dog every morning and I listen to Esther Hicks, Abraham Hicks. She's called Abraham Hicks because she channels Abraham. Her book is, though, by Esther Hicks. But anyway, and it's only 10 minutes. It's only 10 or 15 minutes. And by the end of my walk, I feel so lifted. As I say every week, I go to work and then it crashes and burns. But at least we start the next day on a high. Yes, it might come down by the end of the day. We are only human. What I'm saying here is what you resist persists. So if you are putting up these barriers, you are attracting more negative emotion. If you put down those barriers, that overthinking energy, get into that Empress mode, that's what comes to you. And that's why you've got the 6 of Pentacles. What goes around comes around. There's balance to be had. So I hope you enjoyed that, Gemini. Thank you, as always, for watching. I don't know why my remote doesn't always work, so you might see me do that at the end of the video. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. And no, it's not working.